Lord said to me, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I chose you. Somebody need to hear that. Say it again. The Lord said to me, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I chose you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you to be a prophet to the nations. And I answered, O Lord God, I really do not know how to speak well enough for that. For I am too young. The Lord said to me, do not say I am too young, but go to whomever, hear the word of God, I send you. And then when you go, say whatever I tell you. Not whatever you want, but whatever I tell you. And do not be afraid of those to whom I send you. For I will be with you to protect you. This ain't me, this says the Lord. I want to make sure we're clear. Then the Lord reached out his hand. This is how you get confirmation. And he touched my mouth and said to me, I will most assuredly give you the words you ought to speak. For me. Not for you. But for me. Know for certain that I hereby give you the authority. Somebody needed to know that. But this is why you got it. To announce to nations and kingdoms that they will be uprooted and torn down. Destroyed and demolished. But this is what I love about God. He doesn't leave you there. He comes back and then rebuilds and firmly plants. Later the Lord asked me, what do you see, Jeremiah? I answered, I see a branch of an almond tree. Then the Lord said, you have observed correctly. This means I am watching to make sure my threats are carried out. My orders are fulfilled. The Lord again asked me, what do you see? I answered, I see a pot of boiling water. It is tipped toward us from the north. Then the Lord said, this means destruction will break out from the north on all who live in the land. For I will soon summon all the peoples of the kingdoms of the north, says the Lord. They will come, and their kings will set up their thrones near the entrances of the gates of Jerusalem. But hold up. They will attack all the walls surrounding it and all the towns of Judah. And in this way I will pass sentence on the people of Jerusalem and Judah because, you need to know this, of all of their wickedness. They rejected me and offered sacrifices to other gods, worshiping what they made with their own hands or bought with their own money. Let me help somebody real quick. But you, Jeremiah, my God, get yourself ready and go and tell these people everything I instruct you to say. Somebody need to hear that. Do not be terrified of them, or I will give you a good reason to be terrified. Somebody need to hear that. I am the Lord. Hereby promise to make you as strong as a fortified city, an iron pillar, and a bronze wall. You will be able to stand up against, somebody need to know this, all who live in that land, or the land, including the kings of Judah, its officials, its priests, and all of the people of the land. You're going to be able to stand up against it. They will attack you, but this is the blessing. They will not be able to overcome you. For I will be with you to rescue you, says the Lord.
All right.
Amen. Let's pray. Father God, we thank you so much for the reading and hearing of your word.
Yes, Father.
Lord God, let your spirit move and have its way, Lord God. Bless your people. Pour out through me, Lord God, into me. Use me till you get tired. Oh, Father God, I'm just your vessel, Lord God. I'm just your humble servant. Have your way through me. Let your people see you, hear you, and not me. they may be empowered, encouraged, and better going out than they were when they entered into your house. This is your house, oh God. Let your spirit have its way. Change your people where they need change. Correct where they need correction, oh God. Rebuke where there is needed for rebuke. Oh, Father God, I ask right now, oh God, let your will be done in this place. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Just for a moment, I want to just share with you, and hopefully a word of encouragement. But I have to be honest with you. Some people's lives might change for the worse. Some people's lives might change for the better. But at the end, everybody's life will be changed. I would like to talk with you just from the subject text, shifting into a new season of usefulness. Shifting into a new season of usefulness. If there's anything that people really hate, that I've come to know and learn, is that most people hate change. We're so comfortable being in the position or the situations that we're in until sometimes when it calls for us to move out of our comfort zones, we get upset. And we'll do almost anything to remain or stay in our comfort zone. And listen, they are sometimes places where it's not even a bad place. It just isn't the place for you to grow. And listen, not only is it a time of a season for us to understand how sometimes staying in the same place can prohibit our production or our growth, but it also sometimes is a time where we get so comfortable we'll miss the season for change. And this is what I love about God in this text, even in this text with Jeremiah. God is calling him into a season of change, something new he wants to do in his life. And every one of us has been in a position of where we know that God is moving us into a season. Always in a season. And even if you're in a season right now that you don't like, there's a purpose for it. And he doesn't make you go through stuff just because. And even listen, this is what I can't get too far off track, but I gotta share this with you. Even when you're in a season that you created, or circumstances that you created from your decision making, this is what God is so awesome about, is he'll use that season that you're in, the stuff that you're going through, and listen, and he'll step back and watch.
Yes, sir.
Because he knows ultimately how he's designed for you to get where you're going. And even though you varied off into a whole different street, he'll put up the right signs at the right time to navigate you right back to where you're going.
That's right. That's right.
And everything that God does, he works in seasons, in people, in families, in churches. Everything there is a season. There is a season to sow. They say there's a season to cry. There's even a season to sorrow and then a season to reap. But when God says, son or daughter, I need for you to move. I need for you to shift. We fight back because we do not like change. And of course, we do want God to use us. Some of us pray, God, use me. God bless me. God, I want to be more for you. God, I desire to be better for you. And I ask the question, are we just talking? Because when the Lord says it is time for the season to shift, and you've been asking for God to do that which you have already been praying about, Why are you resisting?
Yeah.
Why are you resisting the shift? And we make excuses. Some of us actually run away in order to move from the responsibility that God is calling for us. And sometimes, in order for us to move from our past, listen, be honest, we all got a past. If you're living right now, today, you got a past.
That's right. That's true.
And sometimes, even in our past, listen, we've got to be able to get out of the past so we can prepare for the present. Because if you can't get to the present, you definitely can't move into the future.
That's right.
But some of us are so stuck in our past. And listen, and I'm not going to belabor it, because even in the past, listen, you're holding on to two different ways. Whether it was the past pain that you're struggling with that you just can't let go, and it's blocking you from being able to get to where God is trying to take you into a whole new season. Or you were so successful in the old season that you're still trying to live in that moment. And God said, no. I know it was good, but I got something so much better. I need for you to prepare to shift into the new season, and because I want to use you in a different way, but you're not preparing yourself right. You're so comfortable in your old stuff, the old way, that you're missing the opportunity for me to do some new stuff in you.
Come on now. Yeah.
I've got some new things that I want to pour out into you.
Yeah.
But I need for you to shift. I need for you to shift. And this is what, man, I love God, because now not only will he calls for you, and listen, he calls for you. And when you're so comfortable that you won't move, when you lie to yourself, we do that. You make promises, you're going to do this. You think listen. I'm trying to help somebody. Somebody going to walk out here today free.
All right.
Because you've convinced yourself over and over again that you're not worthy. That you're so broken and messed up that he can't use me.
Hallelujah. Oh, yes, sir.
And so you're staying in your comfort zone, the safety zone, Because if I don't step outside of this, I don't have to worry about getting hurt.
Yeah.
I got you. If I stay right here, I know what this is like. I can handle this.
Yeah.
I'm secure here. But if I move past this, there's a risk that I might expose myself. People might look at me and see my scars from my past. But I want to make sure you understand that everybody got scars. And your scars is a representative of the healing that's taking place in your life. You need to give God a praise for your scars. And so God has said, he says, I'm going to take you to a place where your comfortableness gets broken. Sometimes you're going through a struggle because you're so comfortable and you're holding on so tight that God will have to take you to a place that will break your comfort zone. And he'll make you so miserable in it that you won't have a choice but to say, God, I don't know what else to do. Help me, Lord. Break through this. God said, I've been waiting for you.
Tell it.
Waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. But I want to make sure you understand that. And it's hard. It's hard to shift. It's hard to shift out of your comfort zone when you're used to doing it for so long. I did it a long time and was good at it and was comfortable in it and didn't realize that everything I was doing was detrimental to my future. It was breaking up the opportunity for me to be able to live the way God had ordained and called for me to live. And it wasn't just for me. Listen, I was detriment to my family. And listen, ministering to,
Yeah.
miserable. The people that was watching me, that I was supposed to be leading as a father, miserable. The people that I was supposed to be ministering to and leading as a husband, miserable.
Yeah, yeah.
And listen, friends, miserable. Family members, miserable. And it gets to a place where I became miserable.
Yeah.
Because I'm not living in my purpose.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
so comfortable in my old stuff. And it was starting to kill me on the inside and pour out poison that hurt other folks connected to me.
That's right.
But I accepted the change. And when you get to a place where you let the Spirit of God come in and live in you,
Yeah.
a new stuff will start to grow. And you'll shift. And when you shift into the newness of God, He'll use you in a way you have no idea. You don't have to validate yourself. All you got to do is open up your heart, let Him come in. And He'll do the rest. You heard what the word said. And just in case you're sitting there, you'll say, yeah, I hear you. But that was you. Because you don't know my story. Trust me. But God does. See, I don't have to know. Your brother or sister next to you, they don't have to know. But the one who calls, he already knows. And there's a reason why you're going through, why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. And trust me, when you truly let God come in and live, we let the Holy Spirit come in and live, my God, there's a new thing that starts to grow inside. Watch, let's look at Jeremiah. Let's see what happens. Listen, not only does see Jeremiah, let's look at his life. We're talking about shifting into a new season. There's going to be times in your shift that you're going to have doubts. God already knows that. You're going to have fears. God already knows that. Because it's something different that you haven't experienced when the call comes. You know, the Spirit that's whispering in you, to you about serving in the ministry that God is calling you to do, but you've been dragging your feet. You know what I'm talking about. You don't have to look at nobody else. Just nod your head. No, don't nod your head. I don't want you to nod your head. Just say amen.
Amen.
That way nobody will know that it's just you. You know what I'm saying? That you got the gift of preaching. You got the gift of serving in the choir. You got the gift to play in an end. Whatever it is that God has placed in you and called you to do, you've been dragging your feet on because you just got so much other stuff. Let me leave it alone. Somebody know what I'm talking about. You've been so caught up in you. Jeremiah had those same issues. Fear, doubt. And even sometimes we use all kinds of excuses so we don't have to face the change, the shift. And so we start to talk about, it's well, if it wasn't for my wife, or my girlfriend Sue, you know, I'm waiting on her. When she come, I'm gonna do it. I was gonna sing, but you know they don't have the kind of songs I like to sing, and they don't got no musician. But I want to help you understand. Back in the day, they ain't even had no musician.
That's right.
They just break out, start singing.
That's
And half of them wouldn't even be on tune. Because when the Spirit is inside of you, it has a music, it has a concert sound that the natural ear can't even understand anyhow. I remember my grandmama used to start just singing. Out of the blue. We'd all be sitting around and she'd just break out singing. And we look at her and be all, voice be cracking, be off tune. Then all of a sudden you just hear hallelujah. And you going there, ain't nobody in there but her. She just put a whole worship service in place. All by herself. They say you ought to have a song in your heart. Wherever you go, you ought not have a problem singing. And don't care what the people say. And I tell them I sing Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound. That saved the rest like me once was lost, but now I'm found. And I start singing and they start looking at me crazy, but I say, you don't know what I've been through, so keep on moving. Because if it hadn't been for grace, I wouldn't be able to disobedient. They've been worshiping crazy people. They've been doing stuff that's not in line with my plan. And Jeremiah, from the very beginning, I know you're scared. I know you're nervous. I know you're used to hanging out with them. They're your family, your friends. But guess what, Jeremiah? I'm calling you to go and speak a word.
Show enough.
Jeremiah said, me? And what did he do? Stop making excuses. But God, I gotta work from 2 to 10. I ain't gonna be able to make it. No, I'm trying to help somebody today. But God, but I grew up in Brightwood. You don't really know what I've been through. I don't care about that. But my daddy wasn't there when we grew up. My mama, she wasn't this. Let me help you understand. You don't think he knows that? He said, I took you through that for a reason. I needed you to be able to minister to my people. There's a reason you had to go through your struggle. How can you minister to somebody broken if you've never been broken? How can you cry with somebody if you've never cried before? I need for you to understand the reason I'm preparing you the way I'm preparing you. There's a purpose for your struggle. I've ordained you to do what you're doing. From the very beginning, your mama, your daddy, you wasn't even a thought in their head. And I planned for you in this way. Who am I talking to? You don't think you're worthy. You're so focused on your inadequacies and your inabilities and your disabilities and whatever other stuff you've been struggling with. But God said, don't worry about all of that. Because I can fix it. I know all about you. And you might have weave in, but that's all right. Because listen, that very root in your head connected to the weave, I know all of them by name. I got you. Yeah, that's your God now. I'm trying to help you understand that your stuff is reason. There's a reason for you to be who you are. Don't worry about what Mary looks like. Don't worry about what John is going through. I need for you to know that I called you. I'm the one who knew you before you knew you. I'm the one. Yeah. And so listen, this is what you need to understand about the God that you serve. I love him because I understand Jeremiah. See, I remember feeling the same way when God gave me the call in the middle of the night. I'm trying to stay on track, but I can't help it. Because I remember what it felt like to be hurt, to feel alone, to feel inadequate, to think that, who, me? I grew up on Cornell, a few blocks from college. I went to Tech High School. Didn't get the greatest learning. I didn't know how to speak eloquent. I don't know how to do all of the hooping that the big preachers do. I can't sing worth a lick. I don't know how to play an instrument. I got hoop me. I barely graduated. I was lucky enough to be a halfway decent athlete, trying to help somebody. Understand that I was able to go to a college. Almost messed it up. just like Jeremiah.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'll put my words in your mouth.
Yes, sir.
It's my hand on you
Yes, Lord.
that does what you do. It's not even you doing it.
It's not even you.
I just need you to be willing
Right.
to let me puppeteer you
Yeah.
through this life. God will place his hand in you
Yes, he will.
and he'll move
Yes, he will.
every step of the way.
Yeah.
That's the love he has.
That's the love he has.
And people will start, listen, you don't have to trust me. Read it for yourself.
Yeah.
And everything about Jeremiah, he was fearful of how they were going to look at him. And he had a right to be. Think about the people you know, friends that you're supposed to be talking to right now, that you're afraid of how they're going to look at you.
Yeah.
People that you know right now that you should be ministering to, but you can't minister to them because you look like them. I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah.
You got to be able to shift into a new season
That's right.
so that when the folks that God has called you to go talk to, you got a word to say, even when you don't know what to say.
That's right.
You got to be, listen, you can't be hypocritical in your walk. Somebody got to hear this.
Yeah.
I can't say I love God, that I'm serving him, that I'm following him,
Yeah.
and then the folks over here are looking at me because that's my Saturday night crew.
Oh, yeah.
And listen, and they won't follow me because they're looking, because they know the truth.
Yeah.
See, the world knows the truth. But I want to help you understand. They know the truth. They may not accept it. They might reject it, but they know it.
Yeah.
The enemy knew the word.
That's right.
Look, there's enough ministers right now that are crooked, but they know the word.
They know the word.
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
It's a decision you make to live righteous.
That's it.
Jeremiah got the call, but he was afraid
Yeah.
of what the people would think.
Yeah.
Rightly so. Because what did they do to him? They put him in jail. They mistreated him. They did all kind of things
Yes,
to
they
him.
did.
But he honored his call. God prepared him to do the work. Your faith is what will keep you
That's right.
on the charge.
That's right.
You can't get to where God is taking you if you don't trust God.
That's right.
Some of us talk about loving God, but let me help you. Jeremiah had a very hard time accepting the shift. His mind, he continued to believe that he was not worthy. But God said, I set you apart from the beginning for a reason. I've been covering you all this time for a reason. You've been in places you know you shouldn't have been,
Yeah. Yeah.
that most people didn't even make it out of.
That's right.
But you did, because God said, I've already set you apart.
Set your part.
The stuff you've done to your body should have already killed you,
That's right. Sure enough, you're
but I've
right.
kept you whole.
Yeah.
Your mind, you should be a walking vegetable
Yeah.
because of the stuff you've taken in. But God said, I've covered you because I need you to have a testimony.
Yeah.
Blow people's minds. The favor that I've shown on you is a purpose for you because you're special. I know you don't believe that because you ain't used to hearing that. And guess what, people? Sometimes we're guilty. We don't tell people enough how special they are. You're special in your talent.
Yeah.
You're special in your gift. You're special because of who saved you.
That's right.
Because if you wasn't valuable, guess what? He would have never went to the cross.
That's right. That's right.
Trust me, you are special.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
And every
Lord.
one of us has a special gift
Yes, sir.
and a special purpose and a special place in the kingdom of God.
That's right.
But you have to accept it.
That's right.
You have to want it. And you have to press your way toward it every day. And listen, not only that, but he says, I made you a prophet. This is how he told Jeremiah, and I want to help you. He didn't just say, I'm gonna make you a prophet over a nation. He says, I'm making you a prophet over the nation. I'm gonna blow you up so big
Yes, sir.
because you do what I tell you. You do what I'm calling you to do. That you're gonna increase in a way that people ain't gonna even know who you are.
Right.
anymore. And it's hard for us to believe that because we've been beat down so bad, some of us, in our stuff we've been dealing with in our life, that we can't see ourselves past the neighborhood.
That's right.
that city so long. I'm just trying to help you that we can't see ourselves in a mansion. We can't see ourselves driving a nice car. We can't see ourselves. We've been on bus routes so long that we can't see ourselves beyond what we see in front of us because we're looking at it through eyes of our own self perspective. But I want to help you understand that when you look at it through the eyes of God, God says, you don't see what I see. You see broken down, no-use person. I see purposeful living. I see a ministry in the working. I see someone who's about to increase. I see someone who has an opportunity and potential, and you see nothing like what I see. When you see what God sees, the way God sees you, it'll mess you up. That's why your favor, you can't explain it. Because it's beyond our understanding. There's stuff that took out most people, but it didn't you. Don't that make you at some point say, God, there has to be a purpose for my life?
Thank you. That's right.
Because Johnny just went down the street and didn't make it home. And I went down the same street 1,000 times. And he just went down that way one time. Mary went to the ATM and didn't come home. And I use the same ATM every week. I'm trying to make sure you understand. It ain't fair, but it is faith. And it falls on you because of the ordination God has placed on your life.
That's what it is.
And when you trust Him, my God, there's a new season waiting to blossom in your life. When you trust Him. He says, I am doing a new thing in you. And I told you last week, you can't keep holding on to old skin, trying to harbor the new spirit. It won't work. You can't hold on to your old ways and expect to be able to move into the new season.
That's right.
It won't work. You got to let some stuff go. You got to forgive some people. I know you're mad at him, but guess what? You got to say, I'm sorry, I forgive you. In order for you to be free, the weight has to be lifted. That's holding, that you're harboring in your heart. Because your heart is so hard right now that the spirit is trying to get in, but there's no room inside. It's hard. It can't penetrate your heart. And if the spirit can't get inside of your heart, then there's no way for Christ to come in. Listen, it has to come through Jesus. You believe, but your heart is still not ready to receive. Let it go. Drop it. And quit thinking. Because listen, you will cancel yourself right out of your blessing.
Yes, you will.
The devil will let you think. Just like Jeremiah. But God told him, here it is. I am the reason that you're going to be successful. So when the devil comes to you, you got to get to the place like Jeremiah. If you want the new season, you got to change what you're saying. You got to start to speak it into existence. You got to start to say, he says, I put a word in your mouth. You got to speak the word against it. When somebody's telling you you ain't going to be nobody, you got to say, that ain't what my father said.
That's right.
That's right.
Listen, when the devil come into your mind, they're trying to block you from doing what you know God has called you to do and live the life you're designed to live, you got to speak against it. You say, you know what? No. That was not what God ordained from me from the beginning. He said, because the word of God says, from the beginning I knew you. From the beginning I had a purpose for you. From the beginning I had laid out your life. And it was not for you to be the tail. I designed you to lead, to be the head, to be prosperous, to be the lender and not the borrower. That's who I ordained you to be. So you tell the enemy, you tell the world, get behind me, Satan. You are lying, the truth ain't in you. And I know a father, my father, he has a mansion of 1,000 rooms. It has plenty of room for me. He's got some stuff laid up for you. But the devil doesn't want you to have. You got to make up your mind. I want to walk in the new season. I want the stuff God has for me. I'm ready to accept my call. I don't know who God wants me to talk to, but I'm ready. God, I want to tell the people at work, no more foul language around me. I want to tell the folks folks when I get to my family reunion. No more drinking and smoking around me. Yeah. See, listen, I want to help you break through. Because these are the spirits that come into our life. When you start drinking. Oh, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. I used to drink. And I know exactly how my spirit was shifted. And I'm trying to shift you to a different level. God says, I want to move you to a level that people ain't going to understand. Hear me, people. But in order for you to move to that level, you got to be willing to sacrifice the flesh. And the real truth is, we're so focused on pleasing our flesh. The desires that we have for the flesh. That we let that block us from growing to the place God wants us to be. You have a level that God is taking you to. He wants you to move to a new season and a new level because he wants to use you in a way that is unbelievable. There are people's lives that need to be changed. And it's only going to happen through you. What are you showing your children? What do they see? Are we letting our children see us at the level that God designs? Or are we setting them up to fail?
Come on now.
We can't forget the schools. We can't depend on that. They're not teaching them about Christ. Are we? Do they know that there is a Savior? Do they know there is hope in him? Do they know that there's going to be a second coming? Do they know that this world here, that the church of believers will not be here? Do they know? I'm trying to help you break through this. Listen, if you want to talk about living in the new season and going to the level that God has for you, then you got to shift the way you're thinking. You got to shift the stuff that's in your heart. You got to change what's coming out of you. And you got to walk in the obedience that God has ordained for your life. And I promise you this, you want to see blessings come? Fall in line with the plan God has. Make the sacrifice. I don't care what the pain is. I don't care what the suffering is like. When you start to line up with the plan God has, not only are you going to be blessed, but watch this. Your children are going to start to look at you and start to honor you and start to move in the direction. The enemy, he ain't going to let it lay still. He going to do what he do. But guess what? You ought to be able to kick him to the side every now and then. You should quit laying down your head all sorrowful and pitiful. You ought to be able to stand up in the power of God and move in the direction. And just like Jeremiah, God said, and when you get to the place where your enemy's coming at you, you ought to stand boldly up like the Iron Man and say, listen, get away from me. And I'm tired of seeing folks who say they're true Christians, true believers, and every time a storm comes, we fold up like cheap sheets. When are we going to get to the place where when the enemy comes up on us, we can stand boldly, arm in arm, and say, I double dog dare you to come. Be just like Jeremiah. We can speak against it with power through the Holy Spirit, through God. But by yourself, you can't do nothing.
That's right.
You got to get to the place
Yes, sir.
where if you're serious about your walk with God, then you trust him to submit to his will and let him use you to be a blessing
Yes, sir, Jesus.
to his people.
Hallelujah.
There's some people that you're going to have to speak to.
Yes, Lord.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. But you can't talk to them about the goodness of God if your head is low.
That's right. You sure can.
If you're looking all sad. We can quote scriptures all day. But are we living the life that we're taught?
Yes.
Amen.
Oh, yes, sir.
Jeremiah gave them the warnings that God told him. Even though it was hard. But he was obedient. And just like God told him, it came to pass. Some of you right now, you need to tell your people, this is serious. He says, I'm coming like a thief in the night.
Yes, sir.
No man knows the time. He said, not even the angels.
Yes, sir.
He's going to come like a twinkle in the night.
Yes, sir.
serious about your walk,
That's right.
you're going to be left here.
That's it.
Look, I know the movie's been out, Left Behind, but listen, it's not just a movie. That's real.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure you understand.
Oh, yes, sir.
I love you enough to tell you the truth. Do you love you enough to accept it? Trust God. And in the newness of the season, you're going to be used. Listen, embrace your new role. Make a challenge to yourself. Let's pause here. Make a challenge to yourself. Today, no more excuses.
That's right.
Today, no more doubts. No more fears. No, I'm serious. Today, we're going to operate in the new season
That's right. That's right.
of belief, of faith, of trust. And I guarantee you this. This is the only promise I can make. The devil's not going to stop it.
Oh, yes.
What changes, what shifts, is how you respond.
Yeah.
I'm not going to respond the same way anymore.
Right.
I'm going to look him in his eye,
Oh, yes, sir.
and I'm going to profess the name of Jesus.
That's right.
Because Jesus is the one that has the power
That's right.
to change things.
That's right.
No more comfort. I'm willing to go through the struggle. I'm going to keep my faith. And I'm going to trust God. And I'm trying to help you. All the little people that you see here right now, they're depending on us to show them the way.
Yeah.
And if you are not serious, you're jeopardizing the opportunity for you to see God. Who am I talking to? That you came in here today with your head bowed down, with doubt in your heart, and you thought this was over. But I came today to tell you that this is a new season. This is a new opportunity. And God wants to use you. Yeah, I know you don't think you're worthy. I know you got mistakes you made. I know you got stuff you've been dealing with. But God said, no, guess what? You. Yes, you. Yeah, you. I know what your past was like. But yeah, you. Don't worry about it. David made mistakes.
Yeah.
Jonah went the opposite direction. Yeah. I know all about it. But I still use you. He's going to use you. He's going to use you. He's going to use you.
That's right.
Do you believe it? Why don't you give him a hand?
Oh, yes.
Would you stand with me? Listen. Your growth is determined. Your growth is determined by your faith. In the book of James, he says that your trials, you should count them all joy. And as our Bible study, I should tell them, I said, isn't it crazy? How do you be excited? How do you be excited about going through trials? Who gets excited about going through trials? Who gets excited about having to deal with hardships? But when you know the goodness of God, he says, I will never let anything come upon you that you can't handle. I'll always show you a way out. Then you can get excited. He says, and then the trials come for the growing, the working of your faith, so your faith gets stronger. He says, and that's how you grow into the likeness of my son. That's how you get close to being in the transformation process of being able to enter into the kingdom. And so then when I understood it, I get excited about hard times. Because when they come, now I know that it's in the struggle that I grow.
Yeah.
And somebody here right now, yeah, you've been like, God, I've been growing real good then because I've been through a lot of crazy stuff. But I want to help you understand this. It is your faith. I'm trying to help you grow into the season that God has for you. Why don't you lift your hands right now? God, Father, we thank you so much for the word of God. Thank you for Jeremiah. He was afraid, oh God. He didn't think he was worthy, oh God. And we could go on because there's so much about Jeremiah that we can learn. But the greatest gift we learn from Jeremiah is that he trusted you because of what you did through him. His people's lives were changed. God, I trust right now that somebody in here right now, life will be changed because of the word that was spoken today. That they can enter into a new season of usefulness because they are designed for the purpose that you have for them. In spite of what they think, in spite of where they've been, Have your way, oh God. Now today, under the sound of my voice, there may be someone here right now.
Yes, Jesus.
Father God, they came in one way, but today they have a chance to enter into the likeness, into the body, into the relationship that you have. Unite with this body. Oh, Father God, I ask right now, somebody here, whether they come under their own faith, from their own Christian experience, or maybe this is their first walk. Let them step out on faith right now and trust you, try you, into a new season of their life. I pray this prayer in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.